which is exactly why it wishes to ideologically reposition it as a neoliberal financial transaction. Be inspired by what you have achieved already and the progress that has been made. Go away from today and stay informed. Support others in their collective fights against the onslaught of cuts across the public sector and beyond. And I would like to dedicate this short lecture to all protesting students, but particularly to the students at the Slade School of Fine Art who have been a true inspiration.
So yeah, we're from Slade, and we've been in occupation for the last week and 8 days, and hopefully going strong. 9 days, sorry. So yeah, and it's been an amazing experience for all of us, I think, involved. We didn't know what it would, develop into, but I think no one could have predicted the strength of feeling and thoughts that have come out of it, and I think this is just the first step, basically.
Can I ask, there was a rumour that you were going to be on Newsnight tonight.
That is not happening anymore, because unfortunately UCL has forbidden BBC to be in any buildings of UCL, occupied or not, and well, we're not allowed. They're not allowed in, essentially.
Newsnight were planned to come and interview us live as part of our show tonight, but UCL stopped that from happening, and BBC weren't allowed on the premises.
I think BBC was particularly interested in filming live from inside the occupation.
So outside the college.
There's a problem with the live feed. They cannot do the live feed.
They wouldn't let vans inside.
Yeah. The whole van was not allowed inside the premises as well. So that's not going to happen. But we have Twitter, so who needs the BBC?
Questions I'd like to ask. Are there people from Goldsmiths at Camberwell here? I'd like to report on what's going on there. Would you like to stand up and tell us what's going on?
I personally joined the occupation last night. And this morning we did an action at the Tate Modern and occupied RA Way's pebble sculpture and had a dance in it. And got a really big reaction.
So we've been there for the last 2 nights, and we've decided to take over the Royal College's main galleries, which is obviously what they use to hire out, and it's very rare that students get shows in this. We've decided to claim the space back as our own and turn it into our studio space. We're going to plan a big show to put on, and yeah, just occupy it.
Dear, I'm sorry to mention philosophy.
At 6 p.m.
Okay, there's a guy that some of you might wince at this name called Gilles Deleuze. That art, and also Georges Bataille has this idea that art calls forth a people. I think that what would be very good is to have something as a result of this that we've all joined in, or we've all been responsible for. Now, this could take a lot of time, so I hope that you've got time for this. Being at the, in an art college that's occupied, it's been quite amazing. I suddenly have seen people change, and I thought actually my students have become insects, and I should be an insect too, because it was like being in some weird hive. They were sleeping everywhere. The way that they organised themselves was amazing, and the way that their egos just fell away. It was astonishing. We heard that on Saturday that Topshop was occupied. Well done those who did it. It's Topshop to help us, but I propose we break into 4 groups. And we discuss what should be in the manifesto, and we stay here until it's done. Somebody nobody from the outside world, if we haven't already done so, say that we are occupying this place until we have written the manifesto. As I say, I don't know how long this is going to take, but I would like you to, in your groups, elect one facilitator. No, it takes as long as it takes.
No. As groups, we go back, have ideas, and then come back.
Maybe 12 o'clock. Any other thoughts? Would you like to do that?
Largely organised by those people, but a really great way to find out about what's happening and stay in touch with people in this room is to look at Arts Against Cuts at WordPress as a blog, which is like an open blog, so it's generated, it's used by a broad range of people, most of them in this room.
But we don't want to have to stay. It's not strictly overtime. It's about we've been here since 8 o'clock. The place we want to go.
Well, you're not going to emotionally blackmail us into it.
Well, no, it's not that. See, we can't go whilst you're here. It's a
No, we won't, honestly. We appreciate it.
Tell the bosses of the National Gallery that.
Yeah, but you see, we're the ones, we're the foot soldiers, we're the ones here on the ground.
Yeah, but...
I'm just saying to you, I hope I'm not saying anything unreasonable.
I know.
I've been a student myself, I know what it's all about. But, I'm here now at work and I'd like to get the staff away.
Could we sort of negotiate?
How about announcing that a bit louder for everyone?
I think it's emotional blackmail. It's emotional blackmail.
Here as well, at least 10.
I think it's emotional blackmail.
It's a kind of ambition. Although it's an ambition of ours to stay as long as it takes to make this manifesto, we do have to balance it with what we're trying to do with actually positioning our fellow workers here.
We are public sector workers.
Yeah.
We're also facing, we don't know what next year. Well, we're union members as well. But, as I say, at the end of the day, we have been at work all day. I know. It's the balance between the two, isn't it?
We're here in occupation as a multitude. We have to make decisions. We can't make proposals without everyone in the multitude.
What would you be?
I don't know what else to say.
I mean, you could just go home.
If you're here,
we also have to be honest what's going on here. I mean, the reason why this brother wants to evacuate us from this room is because essentially there's billions of dollars worth of capitalist assets in here. And we have to take a decision whether or not we accept that kind of imposition, that sort of dictatorship, or what are we doing here? Are we just playing? Or are we seriously trying to campaign against what the government has just imposed, which is a massive cut against the education system and against arts and humanities in particular? Are we serious or are we just pretending? It's not about who's in.
We know people at the National Gallery.
But it's not really them, it's actually the bosses of this place that want us out. That's the truth. No, I'm not saying you are, but your bosses.
Just against education, they're against the arts. And I really feel that collectively here, we are in the long term working to protect the jobs of the people who are working here. There will be no National Gallery, there will be no jobs. So I think that it's also an act of solidarity.
And in the end, if we don't do this, there will be a National Gallery, but it will just be funded by British Petroleum, Merrill Lynch Bank, Bank of America, Barclays, and they'll charge us to get in, and they won't allow radical practices in their building. So we kind of agree that we are here in a teaching that is taking this space, reclaiming the National Gallery as a place for education and art, and we're going to write a manifesto. Yes. Okay, so in a consensus situation, you say, is there any stand aside? That would be someone who doesn't feel, there's two things. One is a stand aside, where someone who feels that they don't feel they can go with the process, but they're not going to block it. There's also a block. So a block would mean all the collective, all the multitude, can't do what they do because you singly block what they do. Now that's normally just because it goes against the principles of the group. So if you're a non-violent group and someone says, right, I think we should make petrol bombs, then you would block it because you'd say, well, the principles of the group are, it's not because you don't think it's a good idea. So the standard side, and this, what's her name? Maria
and I think that needs to be discussed in terms of if we were going to redefine ourselves as an occupation, that has to be discussed rather than claimed by one person.
Sorry, can I also just say that there's a lady walking around who must be a boss or whatever who's actually talking to the workers to tell us these things. So
it's clearly
not just coming up by chance. There is a boss here instructing the workers to give us skill trips.
Personally, I find it emotional blackmail that we are being asked to, in solidarity, leave this thing which we have planned, which we have all made an effort to come to, and which we have agreed to make a manifesto in this time. Why should we allow ourselves to be pressured by clearly the bosses of this gallery using an emotional argument? It's emotional blackmail. There's no proof that they're getting overtime and all this other stuff. We just have to stick to what we agreed to do.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I realise I've made a really bad error with the title of the manifesto for the workshop, and I think that the word colony has such negative connotations. I just wonder if you could just talk amongst yourselves. I think that the word hive, nomadic hive manifesto, will you all agree with that? Swarm is nomadic, so hive. Nomadic hive?
Yeah.
What are we discussing?
Okay, so we can ask their work.
I think we have to really reanalyze everything.
To some extent, with the idea of this manifesto being something distributed, it's not unified.
Because I see the problem with education, it starts after Margaret Thatcher. For me, it's
particularly for us.
Is that there?
It looks like the people are being released into the Trafalgar Square, and it seems that we're the least of their worry. But again, this is don't push their luck.
We're fine because you seem to be worried, so.
Okay.